Hey, it looks like I am streaming live to Facebook. As usual, Zoom just tells me it's broadcasting and connecting when it's not, sometimes when it is. So anyway, hello. Welcome to day 2 of the Double Your Tribe Challenge. So to recap a little bit of yesterday, we went through a few things about the Facebook profile funnel and how to set it up. So if you're watching the replay, hello, thank you so much for joining me. And when you guys come on live, hi Craig, so much joy to see you here live with me. And if you're watching live, make sure you let me know so I can say hello and bring your questions. Anything that you thought, hey, this happened yesterday and I don't understand this, then pop your questions around this video and I will do my best to answer them while we are live. And if I can't, then I will come back in later. So I'm just going to bring up my comments on my phone because until it says that it's streaming live on Facebook, then it won't let me. Oh, nothing's working right now. Right, so bear with me. Let's bring up my comments. Let me know in the comments around here how your day is going and how you're getting on with the challenge so far. So what have you done? What have you implemented? I want to hear that you are taking action, because that's kind of the whole point of a challenge. There is no point, absolutely 0 point, in paying for something or even downloading something for free and getting a lot of information and not taking action. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I haven't announced this yet. So I'm partnering up with Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins, who are releasing something very, very amazing soon. And I've got early access to their course, their brand new course, all about creating masterminds and how to get your information out of you into the kind of course that actually gives massive results for the people that you are selling to. And the first, like the very first video from Tony, and the first video in the whole thing, is all about taking action and actually doing something with the information. So I do not want you to come and learn. I want you to learn and take action. So I want to see actual evidence of you streamlining your Facebook profile funnel and putting into play the things that we've talked about. So Craig tells me that he has recorded his activities from yesterday in the unit, which is amazing because then we can go in and see. And what I am doing, it's a secret for you guys, is actually tracking everybody. So the best thing to do is to take screenshots of your profile, your page, like your email list size, everything now at the beginning, and then we'll record it over the course and see your growth and see how things change, so that you can actually like get real results rather than just learning something new. Hey Anne, thank you so much for joining us. So you'll see people that are going to come in over the next couple of days, because at the moment I'm still waiting on people to accept their invitation into the group. And even though the invitations went out a little while ago, it doesn't always show up in people's notifications, which is really annoying. So I'm still waiting for people to come in. So we're small at the moment, but that does mean that you get more attention, more one-on-one attention, which for $97 is amazing. So Craig says that's exciting. Yes, it is. And you will see me, if you are connected with me at all anyway on Facebook, you will see me promoting Tony and Dean's newest thing, because it's just unbelievable. 2 of like the biggest information entrepreneurs in the world have come together to make this course, and then they are putting it out for like at a ridiculous price. They've also got amazing prizes for people that help them promote it as well, including the top 10 people get to go to Fiji, to Tony's Island, which is amazing. So yeah, but of course the actual content of it, I would never promote something that I hadn't taken. So if you are into affiliate marketing, good on you, because there are products out there that will help your customers. And if you can't produce everything yourself, it's great to get something else in that complements what you're doing, that can kind of fill a gap and fill a need for your customers. So affiliate marketing is amazing, but I always and only promote things that I've actually taken either part in, that I've done the training on, like I've actually bought it, all that kind of stuff. I don't like trying to pitch something I've never done. So anyway, so enough about Tony and Dean. So today I really wanted to deep dive with you on your ideal client avatar, because this is one of the areas where most people get stuck. And I'm going to put my hand up here and say I get stuck on this sometimes as well. So when you're thinking about who is the person that you are trying to attract into your world, if you're thinking from a social media perspective, you still need to be thinking, who is your perfect buyer? Who is that person that fills what I call the kind of the zone of your zone of genius? So there's something you're really good at, you've got your area of expertise. There's also something where people have a need. So it's your expertise is fulfilling a problem and solving a problem that people have. Now, sometimes people have a problem that they need solving, but they are not prepared to pay money. So you also need to find something that people are prepared to spend money to solve. And then the fourth thing is also where you get amazing, amazing results for people. So if you're really struggling with this, think to yourself, who, and this is definitely for you, Craig, who is the person that you can almost always get an amazing result for? And it might not be the kind of person or the result that you first thought of. And I actually got this from Alex Sharfin, who got it from Russell Brunson. Alex said that and Alex Sharfin has had really massive, he's run $1 billion companies. He's built like a multi-million-dollar company in 3 years. But when he started back over, so him and his wife lost a lot of money, almost went bankrupt. I think they did go bankrupt in the housing market crash. And then they've picked themselves back up. And when they first started back, what Russell said to Alex was, who is that person that almost always you can get a result for? And that is the person who you will have as your ideal client avatar. And then everything that you do follows that ideal client avatar. So all of your funnels are designed to bring in, to speak to appeal to your ideal client avatar. All of your messaging, all of the actual design, the colors, the fonts, everything. And then your social media, how you say things, where you say things, what social media you're using. You start off on Facebook. If they're using other things, then you branch out after you've mastered Facebook. So you need to really know who that ideal client avatar is. And I'm going to let you into a little problem that I'm having right now. So I want to start a podcast, and I've had this idea for embarrassingly 18 months of me saying I want to start a podcast, and I know all the how, and I know how to get it up there. I know what to do. I have no problem speaking on camera. I have no problem doing audio, but I'm really struggling to nail down who exactly it is that I want to be producing this podcast for. Because it's really great to share all of my thoughts. And I think that works really well on social media in general. You can just share what's happening in your life. But on podcast, because there's no video content, like there's no video interaction, you need to really like I don't find it's as forgiving as video can be. Because if people like you and from a video point of view, then they might get past the fact that sometimes not everything's like hitting on point with them. Whereas if it's on podcasts, because they're not building that extra relationship with you from the video aspect, you really need to be on point with the content that you're producing. And the content you're producing has to be right for your ideal client avatar. And so I'm struggling at the moment of, is my ideal client avatar for podcasting the same as it is on social media? And that's where I'm a bit like, I'm not entirely sure. I feel that it is, but I want to be 100% sure before putting something out there, because I don't want to waste all of the goodwill that I've built up on social media by launching something that people then go, oh, actually, that's not for me. So I want you to hone in, and you need to hone in on exactly who your ideal client avatar is. And I've created a worksheet for you. Let me share my screen and then you will be able to see it. Let's hop on over to this one. Yes, okay, so I've created this. This is actually an amalgamation of the questions that I've got from a guy called Rick Mulready, who is Amy Porterfield's go-to ads person. He's got a multi-million-dollar ads business, works with the likes of James Wedmore and all of that. Amy Porterfield herself, the digital marketer one, and it asks loads and loads and loads of questions to really drill down on who your ideal client avatar is, and not just the bog standard things that you're used to hearing. So not just, are they male or female? How old are they married, and all that kind of thing. It also then goes down into the different kinds of things. So hobbies you might have thought about, but then have you thought about what kind of magazines and newspapers they're reading, where they go to shop, what they do with their free time, whether they go to watch movies, do they watch TV? A lot of entrepreneurs don't watch TV. So if they're not watching TV, what are they doing instead? You can think about things like, who are they already spending money with? Whose products have they already bought? And all of that kind of information will help you figure out exactly who your ideal client avatar is. And then when you figure that one out, so I'm going to post this the sheet up for you in the units section afterwards. So if you're joining and you haven't heard me explain about the units, if you head up on mobile, there's a section called units, and if you're left, right on desktop, then you'll see units. And this is an amazing thing about Facebook, where each day I will create a unit from the training, and in there any bonus material, worksheets, etc. will go in there too, so that you literally have everything that you need, so that you can just get on with doing the thing without having to go back, listen to, write down the questions that I asked and that kind of thing. So I'll pop this in there, and then when you know your ideal client avatar, I want you then to, I want this to move out of the way. I want you then, why would it not leave? That's annoying. There we go. To then do the tasks that I have for you today. So number one is to fill in your ideal client avatar sheet. Then I want you to go back, and if you have not already done your who result one-liner for your about section, just underneath your profile photo on Facebook, I want you to go back and change it. And if you have done it, look again at what you are saying, bearing in mind who you've just crafted from your ideal client avatar form. So I'll give you an example. There's a lady in my previous challenge group who she realized after filling in this form that the words that she was using to describe her niche, the result and everything, they weren't the words that her actual ideal client was using. So she thought she was being really clear and succinct with her wording, and it sounded really great, but her actual ideal client would have had no idea what she was talking about, and it wouldn't have appealed to them. So when you really know who your who is, you can then write your one-liner and eventually everything else with that person in mind, so that you know that they are going to read it and go, that's me, that's what I want, I need to go and find out more. So that's why this bit is so important. So go away and do that. We talked a bit yesterday about turning on so that your profile updates go out to the world. So you have to just remember that you are using Facebook for business, even if you're not doing all of your business on your organic social media. You still want to be able to take people from your personal profile into your page, because all of your interaction in groups is still from profiles. Even though pages can now join groups, the vast majority of group owners will not allow pages to join. So you're still limited to having to interact as a profile, which means people are going to click on your face. And when they do, you want your profile to scream to them that they are in the right place and they need to go and find out more about you in your page. So we want to be turning on the public tell the world profile updates section. And I will post a link directly after this, so that you can literally, if you don't know how to do this, how you can find that section in it's in the privacy settings on Facebook, because obviously when Facebook brought in all the privacy settings years ago, everybody freaked out and turned everything on, which doesn't help when you're trying to grow your business. And then yesterday we also talked a bit about crafting your images, so your cover photo and your featured photo to appeal to your ideal client. And of course, this ideal client worksheet is going to help you figure out who that person is, so that you can create the right images for them. I'll give you some examples of, if you're not really a graphic designer, creative type, there are some really easy to use template type systems out there. Like Canva is really easy to use. You can just search in there for different types of things and it will give you templates, and you just have to change out the colors or change out the images. So go and have a look at some people that you like, who either are in your industry and you like what they're doing, you think that they're appealing to your kind of person, or look at alternative industries and alternative niches, because obviously you don't want to copy, you want to model. And look at alternative niches, but just look at the things that really would appeal to your ideal client, and then just model that for your the images in your thing, and then also put in the link to the next step. So profile to page to group, if you've got one, to your lead magnet. And I'm going to do a separate bit about lead magnets tomorrow, because obviously the key thing with social media is it's great building up your follower list. But I know people who've got hundreds of thousands of Instagram followers and tens of thousands of YouTube followers, and they're still, and I'm going to say still, but still only making 6 figures a year. Now, if you had 100,000 followers, you would want to be making more money than that, okay? Because you've got all of these eyeballs. So the whole point is getting the eyeballs from social media into your email list where you can sell them. And that's the thing that I'm trying to get you to do in the whole of this challenge, is to explode your following. but turn those followers into actual buyers. So we'll be doing more on that tomorrow. So let's just check out the comments. Craig tells me he's done loads. It's yesterday. That's brilliant. Amazing. Let's have a look at the see more. Brilliant. Okay, cool. So if you do have any questions for watching the replay, then thank you so much for watching, and make sure you ask questions around the video. So this I will post in the unit, and then also the ideal client avatar. So the best thing I find is actually to print it out and write it, because writing actually it's the whole thing of the whole movement helps your brain work more. The connection from the pen to paper actually helps you. But if you hate writing, then you don't have a printer, then just type it out, or you know, grab an iPad. I don't know if you've got an iPad and a pencil, then use those, but you know, just use whatever you've got. Don't let anything hold you back. This is no excuse. Now this is an area where you could get bogged down for days going, oh, I'm not sure what websites people frequent, I need to do a survey. No, you don't. Just make a considered guess. Write something. If you can't write anything, don't write anything. Move on to the next question. As you go along, this will change, this will adapt. And also as you build more parts to your funnel, your actual overall sales funnel, this is going to adapt. You know, the same people that might be buying your low end offers might not be the same people that buy your high end offers. You've just got to pinpoint one that is the first one that you're going to, maybe like the entry point when you come across most people. Who is that first person? Or if you don't like them, that happens. If you don't like some of your customers, then make sure that you're choosing your ideal client avatar as the person you do really like. So you attract more of those people and you don't get all the whiny, boring, miserable people. So Craig says he's been staring at a screen all day, so do some old-fashioned writing. Yes, do that. Also, something I learned from Tony Robbins today, actually, is he said, print it out, put it on a hard surface and walk around and write. And it's funny, I do a lot of my videos, my live videos, walking around, because I totally feel more confident when I'm standing up. Little tip for you guys. But also when I used to do phone sales back in the day, I would walk around on the phone, and look, the really amazing older salespeople, when I was a young, like 19-year-old sales girl, the older people would all walk around on wireless headsets, because the movement actually makes the blood flow around your brain better, which means that your brain actually works better. So get up, move, do some writing, go somewhere creative. So one other little thing that I'm going to slip in here, just because I've mentioned it, is try and build yourself a creative feeling area in your home, if this is where you're working from, your office or somewhere, or have a favorite coffee shop or somewhere that you can go where you know it's going to inspire you to come up with something beautiful and creative. And when I say beautiful, I don't necessarily mean aesthetically beautiful, just something that flows through you. So have somewhere creative set up in your area wherever you work, so that you can go there and do your good work. And I find that that's really, really helpful when it comes to actually doing like coursework, whether it comes to creating new products, writing the content, doing videos, anything like that. So have a creative area set up, and then go and do your ideal client avatar. Post if you want some feedback. So there's a couple of ways to get feedback from people if you really just do not know. Post on your own social media profile. Obviously post in here, ask us, you know, we're here, we can tell you if we feel like it's us or something else. So you can post in this group, it's safe. Go and post on your own social media profile. You'll be surprised at who you'll bring out of the woodwork when you start talking about what you do. And also go into groups. So the groups that you're already a part of at the moment, who you know that your ideal client might be hanging out in there, go and ask questions in there, but don't let anything be a reason to halt progression. Just get this done, and we'll do the your one-liner, and then we'll move on. And if you're a Funnel Scripts customer already, after doing this with so Jim Edwards is one of my clients, and after doing this, he actually created a funnel script for helping you craft your one-liner. So if you're a Funnel Scripts member customer, you can go into Funnel Scripts and actually use it to create this, which is amazing. I love being the inspiration for that. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then I'm happy to have a chat with you about Funnel Scripts, because being like a private client of mine, I've got an amazing bonus for people who buy Funnel Scripts through my link, because I am big into promoting stuff that I know works for people. And Jim's doing a private bonus teaching session just for my affiliates, which is amazing. So anyway, so go away, do the ICA form, post in this group when you've done it, and then I would post underneath this video and just say done, and then we can all give you feedback on your one-liner. You know, pop your one-liner in there. We'll give you feedback on whether actually it makes sense. If we're not your ideal client avatar, then that might be fine. But one thing to remember about writing, and generally speaking on in any form at all, is the lower they call it the reading level of your writing or your content, then the better everybody's going to understand it. So yes, it's great to have technical words and it makes you sound really clever, but most people don't understand you, and it's actually the wrong thing to do when you're trying to sell people. So you need to bring down the level of the readability, so that people can find, will read it more easily, will understand the words, get rid of the complicated words, have simple words, have fewer words, and just post in this group. We'll give you feedback, and hopefully that makes sense. Craig says, didn't know that. You've already got funnel scripts, which is awesome. You'll get tons and tons of information from Jim anyway, Craig, so don't stress about that. I will be doing loads of stuff with Jim over the next year, so we're in a coaching group together, so expect to see some more stuff. He is amazing, an absolute king when it comes to writing sales copy. It flows from him. If you want some examples, actually, there's a live video on my page that I did with him back in February at Funnel Hacking Live, and we were just talking about some mistakes that entrepreneurs make and they don't even know about their sales copy. So I grabbed him and made him do a quick live. I didn't make him do a quick live with me. So if you want some awesome tips, then that's a really good one. Maybe I'll link to it underneath because it's quite useful generally. But anyway, go and have an awesome day, whatever you're doing. If you have any questions, as usual, post them around this video and I will come back in. I will answer your questions. That is the whole point, is to get you moving. And I will see you guys all tomorrow, same time, same place. See ya.